Mister.
Hey everyone, Miss Dempsey here. So this is a post-commentary version of what happened last night because oh my goodness. So here I am on Goodwood Motor Circuit for Daily C race, and I'm here rocking the Group 4 Viper. So I'm here racing with Turismo Kid, raced with him a couple times before. He's a really good racer. And also I want to say, apologize for the noise in the background because it's pretty effing hot here. So I have the fan on so I don't melt. So anyway, so here we go. We're starting the race, and the Huracan actually gets a pretty bad start. It started a little early, so I'm just trying to check and see where he exactly is, and I can kind of see him off in the back ahead of the second pack. So now I'm here just trying to decide how I want to set my fuel settings to. And I know how the Viper isn't exactly the meta car. I mean, it hasn't been meta for quite some time now. So I want to see, it's like, okay, I'm just going to whip out the Viper and see how well I can do. And this car really does me justice, in which you'll see a bit later in the race. So here I'm starting to think maybe if I could set the fuel map settings to 2, maybe that would work. But it's still too early because I don't know what the strategy is for this specific race. And this was also a race where I could really check and see how the physics the physics from the latest update affected the Viper. And here I get a little too much spin or rotation, so I lost a little bit of time, but everything's good. Still just short of a second good from or ahead of the other person. So now I'm on fuel map setting 2, just trying to really see how far I can go, how much fuel I can save, because I know I'm probably going to have to pit at some point, probably just over the halfway point of the race. And I'm still doing pretty good. I'm here thinking maybe the Viper actually has some relevance in this race, and trying to get the car to slide, and went a little too slow, but that's fine. And just trying to really see how much the understeer is hitting the car. Because I know with the Viper Group 3, when I was trying it over at the Daily B race on Dragon Trail Seaside, and this is just for the time trial because I just want to see how it was, that car understeers more than a Rhino. So that's really bad. So I just want to see, okay, how does this car do? So here I go through this turn. It's like, okay, doing pretty good. Little understeer, and then I hit a pixel of dirt grass and I died. So now I just respawn, 8 lives left because apparently I'm a cat. But still 5th place, now I'm in 6th, and I think, okay, I lost some time, but it's still recoverable because I have a feeling that people are going to mess up. And so I'm just here just trying to make it up, and I'm also starting to notice how the car was affected, because I think when the car hits the tire, when the car runs into grass or dirt, even when you come back onto the track, the grip isn't all there. So I'm just trying to take that into account, and just take a little nice and slow through here, brake, and I start to slide, and I lose it again. And now I'm here spewing salt. Morton Salt is trying to contact me to sponsor me because apparently they found a whole bunch of salt in me. So now I'm just trying to recover. Now I'm down to 7th, 8th, and 9th place is coming up to me, and he barely squeezes by me, so I actually want to say good move on that. And now I'm a little worried because they're starting to shift around a little bit. I don't know if it's my connection or theirs. I think it was just both of us, but I managed to get the pass on him, and then now I'm just trying to say, okay, how am I going to attack this guy for the position? And he brakes, and I just understeer again. Like this time I really felt the understeer, and now I'm just getting even more frustrated with the car. That's when I start talking smack about the car. So now I'm down to 10th. I realize that Turismo Kid is actually right ahead of me, so I don't know what happened to him. I didn't see him like lose control or anything. So now I'm just trying to catch up. Well, we're trying to catch up together, but now we have these two cars ahead of us, kind of just taking up the whole path. And then you just see this happen. They just shift, and that happens. So this guy right here, Albardo, just kind of just pushes him off, but a little bit has to do with the lag. So I don't think it's all his fault. So now Turismo could have got through him. I'm trying to get through him as well, and I'm just worried that his lag will kind of just push me off, and he almost does, but luckily the lag didn't kill me right there. So now that's when I tell myself, okay, I'm gonna try to get the rush, get the pass on him. So I'm accelerating a little faster, and he is going a little faster, and I could see just his car is just starting to lag a little more. Now I got rewarded for this track, and what happens right here, and I get pushed off. So and because the game decides that he pushed me off, I deserve the 5-second penalty, so I have to serve that now. Not too happy about that. I mean, again, it's the lag, so I don't want to say it's all his fault, but well, it might be his fault to some extent. But that's just because I was salty at that period. So now here, 5-second penalty. He had a 4-second penalty. He got an additional 2 seconds when he pushed me off. So I could have probably caught up to him, but because of the penalty, I have to serve it. Now what's that? 32 seconds behind, and yeah, I'm just not too happy about how this race has been going. It's just been going downhill from now. This car has been doing me some great justice, getting me from 2nd to 12th place, and I just see the last place is getting the catch on me. So now I'm getting really worried, and I'm just trying to keep control of the car while I'm taking note of its ridiculous understeer. It's ridiculous, it really is. So I'm just trying to be a little more careful, just trying to speed it up. Yeah, I actually put the fuel down to 1 just because I need all the power just to catch up to the pack, even though my race is more or less over, unless if everyone just goes off, hiking or something, or goes into the airport and just goes flying. So here I take this turn, and once again I get spun back to 1994. So exact same spot where I spun out on lap 2. So 3 laps later, I just die again. Now I'm down to 7 lives. Now I'm in dead last, so I'm just furious at this point. You can just hear me just swearing in the background, which is probably why I decided not to include the audio, because I was just really mad. And this guy almost loses it, so now I know, okay, I could probably catch up to this guy, and I slowly am. Take this substream, and here we go, just checking behind just to see how lonely it is back there, because I was just doing terrible. I also think it doesn't help how I was awake at 2 in the morning when I was doing this race. I mean, usually I'm alright, but I was also starting to question whether I'm just getting really sleepy at this point, or if it's just the car is just pure trash. And this guy just completely messes up this turn. I mean, he's still on the track, but that gives me enough of a window to pass him. So now I'm just playing catch up. I'm 47 seconds behind. I mean, that number looks pixelated to me because I'm recording on the editor. So now I'm just trying to catch up to the next group of people who are 10 seconds ahead, and it's really trying to be a bit more careful right here because I don't want to get spun back, and I almost lose it, but I still lost it. So now I'm down to dead last again, and I'm just getting even more angry with this car. And this is the thing, this is something I actually want to talk about, because this car, I mean, it's disadvantaged in everything. Okay, and he loses it, I loses it. But anyways, go back onto that topic. Its understeer is ridiculous, to put it nicely. I would say something else, but that includes a cuss word, and I don't want to use it. So there's that, and it just, I mean, it doesn't feel like there's any like speed in this car. So it just feels disadvantaged in everything. And also with the physics update, so this car and the Group 3 Viper just understeers a lot. So with the physics update, they both understeer even more, so it's ridiculous. I know I was replying to a comment earlier today, and the thing is that with this car, like, I had the brake bias set to 1, sometimes at 2, but I found 1 to be a little better for me. You really have to just throw this car into a slide just to get this stupid car to turn, and it's a little ridiculous, just how bad it is. So he goes to the pits, and looked like he almost hit the barrier. So I'm just here just trying to play catch up. I have just short of 3 laps of fuel, but I think I pit on lap 9 or 10. So here we go. Nothing really happens over here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward to whatever happens next. Alright, so here we are in lap 10, and it felt like 2 million years when I was editing this. So here I am, I brake right here, and I end up understeering. I really feel that understeer, and here I just get even more mad because, I mean, it's not like I'm mad enough already. Morin has been contacting me for the 20th time, just trying to get all that sponsorship salt out of me. So all that progress just to try to catch up to whoever was ahead of me is more or less gone. So now I'm just trying to be even more careful. I can still feel that understeer is just getting ridiculous at this time. I actually ended up doing a race with the Huracan just after this one, and I mean, even though I didn't perform that well, mostly because I just haven't driven the Huracan in a while, especially on this track, I actually still end up doing pretty decent. More, I'll say this, better than this car, way better. So now I'm going a little slower because I'm taking note of how the front left tire is just completely dead. So I have to be careful, especially in turns like these, so I don't end up going into the grass again. And at this point, I'm just trying not to even touch a single blade of grass at all. Well, I mean, except for there, but that's something else. That's because I'm barely even turning. So with this turn, I'm gonna go ahead and call this the turn of death because I just keep on dying over here. I take it a little slowly just because I don't want to get spun back into 1989. And here I am, and I just get a little too much rotation, but that's fine. I'm still on track. I'm still alright. So I don't think anything else happens over here, so I'm actually going to go ahead and fast forward it even more. Alright, so here we are, just a little further ahead in lap 12. I noticed that someone actually completely lost it, so I ended up getting the pass on him. So now I'm down to 10th, so okay, top 10 finish, not bad, but still overall just an atrocious performance. So now I'm starting to think that I might be able to catch up to 9th place. There's still 3 laps, anything can happen, and I'm just hoping that I just don't die in this turn over here. And it looks like he goes a little slower through this turn, so I just try to play a little bit more catch up, and I just try to be really careful here, give myself a little space between the barriers, because especially the second barrier, I don't know if it's me, but it seems like there's like a little extra space, you know, in its hitbox. So even though it doesn't look like you hit it, you somehow did. Maybe that's just me. Let me know in the comments if that's happened to you as well. So again, here not much happens, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward it a little more. Alright, so here we are on lap 15, so I'm just going through this turn, and I just see on the corner of my eye that this guy just completely loses it over here on turn of death number 1. Turn of death number 2 is where I just keep on dying a lot of times in. So here I am, 9th place, and there's no one else ahead of me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take 9th place. So this race was just overall insanely terrible for me. I just go really carefully just through these turns just because I don't want to end up losing it and end up in last place. So yeah, so I actually had thoughts about quitting this race like 4 times, and I was swearing quite a bit. and I don't want to put that out there. So 9th place, terrible performance, even worse than that time on the super race where I got punted. Because a lot of this was just me, it was on me, and a lot of it was also on the car itself. It just can't perform. Yeah, it can't perform, and it can't compete with the other Group 3 nor Group 4 cars. So in a bit, I'll be showing the second race, and this is where I whip out the Huracan. Alright, so here we go. This is the race immediately after that disastrous performance with the Viper. I'm here with the Huracan because apparently it's a Huracan festival here. I've also heard the 458 Italia does pretty good in this track as well, but I just wanted to see how this car did. And with all the preparation I did, I think I did pretty well because I did not prepare for this race at all with this car. I just whipped out the car and was like, okay, I'm just going to do a very fast time trial with it. So here I'm starting to experience that this car actually understeers quite a bit, and also right here he barely squeezes me, and luckily he wasn't able to take me out because that would have been a disastrous start. A little bit of contact with that Mazda, the Tenza. So now I'm just here just trying to really play catch up because I'm underperforming. This point I know it's all me if I'm not doing well because I had no time to prepare for the race with this specific car. So I don't know like how fast it go, how fast or where I need to brake, and how fast I can really push the car to get it to rotate. And here I almost lose it. Luckily I don't, and I go a little too slow through this chicane because I'm not used to like how fast I'm supposed to go with this car. So here we are, starting in second, went down to third. We still got a pack of cars behind me. So over here, this guy just completely loses it, and it's just a shame because he was doing pretty good, keeping up with first place. So now it's just me and a pack of cars behind me, and Turismo kid up there is by himself. So he gets to kind of just enjoy the race by himself. It's now time trial mode for him. And over here I start to understeer again, and I'm just really just trying to keep it up, and this car just pushes me off. I know he could have passed me much cleaner than that, so I wasn't too happy. So it's still pretty early in the race, so I don't think my race is completely ruined. I still think it's very much possible to catch up to second place. So here I am now. I'm with the guy who lost it early in the race, and nothing else really happens here for now. At least I don't think so. I'm just here just trying to learn the car, just trying to see how much it understeers. And here I actually end up understeering, stay with the guy ahead of me, but I was able to keep it and then lose it again. But I still kept it. So now I'm here. I'm getting scared because I'm doing really bad. And you have this Viper over here. After I give him the great tip of not using the Viper, he ends up using it, which is pretty brave of him. So now I know I really need to step it up because if I lose to the Viper, then I'm just doing a huge disservice to myself. So we'll go ahead and skip forward a little bit just to see what happens next. So just a little further into lap 3, so the Tenza lost it a little bit just earlier, and then look what happens right here. Just ends up taking out the Viper. He almost ends up taking me out, which wouldn't have been his fault because he's just trying to regain composure. And now I'm right behind him. I'm a little worried about him because I don't know if he's exactly like the cleanest driver or if he's a dirty driver, and he ends up going a little slow through here. So I try to get the catch up on him, and over here I think he ends up losing it a little bit. Yep, he hits the barrier, but I was still going a little too slow, so it takes a while for me to catch up, and I get the pass on him. So now I'm just worried that I'll get punted off into Pluto, but luckily he doesn't. I mean, he taps me, but it wasn't anything bad. So now I'm just more focused on just trying to catch up to the herd ahead. And this guy was serving his penalty right here. 5th place is here for the taking. So now I'm just trying to really push the car. And over here, I end up actually take this turn well. There's actually one turn where I did bad, but that's late in the race. So 5th place is right here, right in front of me. I'm gonna try to be a little careful, try and see if I can squeeze by somewhere. And I think he ends up taking this turn just a tad bit slower. Yep, take the turn a tad bit slower, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can catch up to him. Something happened back there, but I didn't exactly see what happened. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the outside, just trying to see if I can go, but He ends up going a little faster than me, but ends up going really slow through here. So, well, I mean, there's no progress, but I'm still on his tail. He knows I'm there. I'm trying to take 5th place because I'm here trying to get to 2nd place. So as we go through here, he's trying to defend his position. I mean, he's doing pretty good. So through here, and ends up kind of messing up this turn just a little bit. 3rd place ends up losing it, and it's like, okay, we all get to pass him. So no big deal. 1 place taken, 1 more to go, or a few more to go. And this guy ends up going a little bit more ahead of me. And I just realized I sound really boring. I think, and right here I just lose it because I was completely distracted. I don't know what I was looking at. I think I saw like a little airplane flying by over there and just got fascinated. So now all that progress I made was completely lost. And here I am going back to my boring tone of voice, just trying to catch up to 6th and 5th place. And I don't think anything else happens here, so now we're going to go ahead and skip it just a little more. Alright, so here I am. So I passed 6th place, but it was a really uneventful pass. I ended up passing just after the first turn. He was going really slow for some reason. So now I'm here with 5th place. He knows I'm there, and I ended up bumping him just a little just to let him know, hey, can you let me through? You know, open the door. And he ends up making a mistake right here, forcing a mistake on him. And I don't go for the pass because he ends up making another mistake right here, just barely squeezed by, and without going too much off track. And I'm just worried that he's going to try to go for the retake, but nope. I end up passing him. All said and done, I think we're good to go. He's going to go ahead and just try to catch up to the next person in 4th place. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and skip just a little more. Alright, so I did my pit stop, refueled, and now I'm just trying to catch up to 4th place, and he ends up losing it a little bit, but then completely loses it, pulls off a Dodge Viper, and I go ahead and take 4th place. So all is good. I'm almost there. Well, except the only thing is that I don't know if I'll be able to catch up to podium. I noticed that 1st place ends up going to the pit stop. He ended up pitting pretty late. So now I'm wondering if I can actually catch up to him. And I'm going to go ahead and wait a little bit just to show you the answer. And the answer is, any second now, no. So now I'm still right behind him. Not really behind him, but I see there's like a 5-second gap. So is it possible to catch up to him? Very possible. He might mess up. Someone else ahead might mess up. So anything is possible in this race. So I just go ahead and just try to do my thing, try to see if I can catch up to him. And I'm going to go ahead and skip just a little more because nothing else really happens here. Alright, so here we are on the last lap. 3rd place is just ahead, and I noticed that he actually messes up right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the take. I almost lose it myself because I was trying to avoid him. So in case he gets unghosted, I'll end up hitting him. So now I'm just trying to be a little more careful right here because I know my tires are beginning to expire. So now just driving a little more carefully, a little slower, but as long as I stay on the track, I should be in the clear. And the person behind me is 2 seconds, at least 2 seconds behind, so I don't have to really push the car or anything. And I'm just trying to be really careful to this turn because I know in the Viper this car is taking me out. And right here, oh, I end up hitting the dirt, but nothing really happens, so all is good. I take a look behind. Yep, they can't catch up. And here we go, and that's the end of the race. So podium finish, starting in 2nd, finishing 3rd. Made some mistakes, but I ended up completely recovering it. And yeah, so that's pretty much the race. At that point, that's when I decide that I'm going to go to bed because I was just really tired. Still spewing just a little salt from the last race. Morgan tried to contact me for the 3rd time already. But yeah, so I just wanted to put this video out there. I know the post commentary is a little weird because I don't really do that, but just in the Viper race, I was just being a little toxic, so I didn't want to put that out there. Went to bed, thought about it, and decided I'm going to go with the post commentary just to analyze and show what happened and why the Viper just isn't up to snuff. Whereas the cars like the Huracan, they can definitely deliver. Anyways, that's all for this video. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you watched it all the way through, and if you managed to not get bored from my insanely monotone voice, thank you. But anyways, that's all. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. This video is taking way too long. Anyways, this is Mr. MCA, the world's most okay player, and I'll see you in the next video.